So another method that we can use to create columns is using CSS, and that's what I've set up here as an example in the footer of the practice that I was working on in the last video. So I'll jump back over here to, actually, before I jump over to Dreamweaver, let's go over to the CSS website, the W3 School. And here's a great link to look at is under the W3 School what they have for floats. And I'm going to continue to go over this. I haven't got to all of this information yet, but there's some really great examples here of how you can use floats to be able to wrap text around images and to be able to create the columns. So over here in the W3 site, I have an open section here to the multiple columns, and this is what we're going to use. And we're probably going to come over here because there's a little bit more text syntax that we have to add to this rule, simply because the different browsers have different ways of recognizing the column attributes. So instead of just being able to write simply column count as we have been, we have to actually write a little bit of extra text here so that the different browsers can recognize things. So if we go over here to Dreamweaver, in the design view, I have, you can see I have a big block of text, but if I switch over to the live view, you can see that this actually is going to be split up into different columns. So let's talk about what I have here. I'll switch back over to design view so I can edit. So inside of my footer, I just have a big block of text. I haven't done anything to it. I haven't set in any break tags or any kind of tags. I could have headings and other list items and things like that in here. But just as you can see, this is just a big block of text. I haven't done anything. This is all done in the CSS. So since this was inside of my footer, I added this code inside of the rule for my footer. And simply all I need is column count. This is going to say how many columns I'm going to split that text or whatever is inside that footer into. And you can just copy all of this code from the W3 site. So it should say webkit-column-count3, and that's going to be for Chrome, Safari, and Opera. What is just very important is the order. This one that's just plain column count 3, or however many columns you want to put in, you can put this to 4. We can just switch this to 4 as we can see it as an example. Needs to be the last one. Then the next attribute that I added was for column gap, and that is essentially our space in between the columns. So I'll just save this so we can see the difference of now I've changed that over to 4. And scroll down here, and so now I have 4 columns. So again, you can just go to the W3 School and click on the multi-columns, and this is all of the text you're just going to copy and paste over here. And then all the way down here at the bottom are the different properties that you can assign to columns. So I use the column gap, but you can also look at column rule, column width, column color, so on and so forth. So all these different attributes that you could add.